Welcome everybody to RLN for tonight's broadcast from the Texas Motor Speedway for race number 5 of the Mid-2015 Red Light Xfinity Series. I'm your host, Jeremy Patterson. I'll be in charge of cameras and overlays tonight. My buddy Mike Fair will be helping me call the race and keep the cameras pointed out at all the action. And hopefully we're not having too much action, but the track is a little loose, and we'll see how well these drivers can hang on to it. Mike, what are your predictions for tonight?
Oh, man, these guys have surprised me every week going forward with the start of this season. They've been able to keep cautions down to a minimum and keep their cars under them. So, you know, these guys spent a lot of time in practice just before this race, so I think they've got a feel for it. I'm expecting these guys to get off and get it under them and keep cautions to a minimum. We'll see how it goes, though.
Yeah, it's always tough to call that at a track like this because it is a very, very fast track. You can just about flat-foot it the entire way around here. You just got to let it breathe a little bit. And, you know, I did some practice laps earlier with these guys, and it seemed like the car, when it starts stepping out on you, it does it so slowly that you don't really even notice it's happening until it's too late. You really got to keep an eye on it and notice that it's starting to slip so you can correct it.
Yeah, the one thing I think that's going to be a little bit different in the race environment versus the practice environment is these guys are probably going to give each other a little bit more room. So these cars won't be going through those corners as quick as during practice. So, you know, we might see a little bit less spinning out that they did in practice. But, you know, it'll take the first couple laps to really gauge it out.
Yeah, and usually, like you said, practice is a lot messier than what we see in the races. I know we've had races before where I'm watching them during practice and think, oh no, this is going to be awful, and then they get on the track and, man, just total professionals and hang on to it. So either way, it should be fun. Good 100 laps. Tell you a couple things about tonight's race. We lowered the temperature down to 65 degrees. That was because the track was so loose with default weather. So 65 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Drivers are running on 50% fuel. A tank of fuel takes them about 25 to 27 laps, so we should expect to see some green flag pit stops in there. Drivers each get one quick reset, so if they get into a wreck, when they pit, they can choose to use it or not use it, and it's kind of a strategy call there. If you use it too early and you get caught up in something later on, then there's no quick fix on your car, but if you save it, then it may come in handy later on.
For sure, I think some guys are going to get their use of their quick repair here tonight. But if it's anything like the last couple races, I think most of that stuff is going to happen late in the race.
Yeah, no doubt. They've been doing such a great job of really staying patient, and we've seen a lot of really, really hard racing when we get to the end of the races, and that's the way you do it. That's exactly what we expect to see. Everybody save their stuff and then duke it out right at the end. It's a lot of fun to watch, and I know it's a lot of fun for the drivers as well. So tonight's pace speed is 65 miles per hour, and pit speed is 50 miles an hour, so nice and quick getting onto and off of pit road as well.
Looks like these guys are just about finished up. Almost everyone's put down a lap. We're still waiting on the Haneys and Kevin O'Brien to kind of put a time. Oh no, they have put a time. No, they have not put a time down. So we'll see them on track shortly. Or maybe they scrub the wall during their laps.
Yeah, that is possible. At this point, yeah, we only have 10 seconds left, so unless they're finishing up their lap now, they will not be getting one in. Looks like Sean Butler is going to take pole again. Last time Red Light League visited this track, April 6th of this year in the trucks, and Sean Butler won pole and won the race, so very, very strong at this track. He's strong at most tracks, but this is really one of those ones he's good at. So we'll see if any of these guys can give him a good challenge tonight.
Oh, something to be said about Sean. Watching him in practice, he's super consistent. It looks like he really enjoys this place, so I think he's going to have a lot of fun. If the guys can keep up with him and keep a hold of his draft, I think it should get interesting later in the race. But if they let him get away, he's definitely going to walk away with it. So.
Yeah, once he gets out, once he pulls out, and he's no longer battling anybody, he can run that perfect line lap after lap. And if there's a driver who can do it, it is Sean Butler. He just nails it. He's so consistent. It's really impressive to watch him.
Even during practice, the car stepped out on him a couple times, but he he saves it really well. So looking forward to seeing some of that on board with him tonight.
So nice big field, 20 drivers on the track. Still waiting for just a couple more to grid up, and we'll head on out. All right, one more driver we're waiting on, and then we will roll out. Sean Butler and his 88 Mountain Dew Nationwide car sitting on pole. And we're rolling, so let's go ahead and run you through the grid here. Row 1, Sean Butler, and next to him will be Joshua Buckley in the number 2 Ford.
For row number 2, we got David Howard Jr., and outside that row, we got Max Terrio.
All right, Max Terrio was last week's winner, so we'll see if he can stay up in the front this year, this track. Row 3, we got John Pershing and Nate LaFleur.
Row 4, we got Ivan Jones, and outside we've got Jamie Christensen.
Row 5 is Daniel Haney and Sean Butler's younger brother, Joshua Butler.
On the inside of row 6, we got Timothy Lewis and Dustin Phillips. Good to see Dustin back. He's been away for the last couple of weeks, but nice to see him back on the track tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We do welcome him back. Row 7, we got Kevin Cochran and William Long.
Row number 8, we got Andrew Packer and Butch Frazier.
Row 9 is Mike Mahoney and Keith Haney.
And rounding out the field, we got James Haney and Kevin O'Brien.
All right, nice big field. These drivers are all ready to go. Pace car takes that sharp left turn onto pit road, and we are ready to go green.
Look at that inside row, got a pretty good jump there.
Yeah, they sure did. David Howard's right up next to number 2 of Joshua Buckley. And Sean Butler did get out front, so let's see if Buckley can get up there and give him a challenge, or maybe David Howard can.
What a pass there with Joshua, man. That looks like the 88 is a little off the pace.
Yeah, I think something happened with Sean. Maybe he wobbled or something. He fell way back. Definitely not like Sean to fall back like that. He ends up in the 4th position. New leader, Joshua Buckley.
Looks like once again these guys all just got in line real nice, real smooth, a great restart. Oh, we got a car going around.
That's the 99 at Joshua Butler. Looks like he just lost it a little bit coming out of 2, but keeps it straight, and we stay green.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier in before the broadcast. I think number 2 is where we're going to see a lot of action here. The car's really loose about mid-corner to exit, so I think these guys get used to it, but I don't think it'll be the last car we see go around tonight.
And something happened with Max Terrio, because he's fallen back a lot as well. He just lost 2 or 3 positions.
Yeah, same deal. His car just wiggled coming out of 2, but he caught it and just lost the momentum, let the cars by, and got back up to speed.
Yeah, great job catching that. And we have a new leader. I'm sorry I missed that pass for the lead, but David Howard has now gotten around Joshua Buckley, and he is going to lead a lap. there's a lot of passing going on. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, I love seeing this high-speed passing, man. These cars suck up to each other pretty good. Really fast track. You're on the throttle almost the entire way around, and having these guys suck up to each other and be able to get those turns or make those passes on the corners, it's really exciting. Second through fourth years really close together.
Yeah, they sure are. And David Howard, he makes a little bit of ground between himself and Joshua Buckley. He's not quite in the clear yet, but he's got a good 3 or so car lengths between them.
Looks like Josh might get a good run coming up here. Not good enough to make a pass, but he's going to close that gap.
And we see Sean Butler in that 88. He's now threatening John Fershing for that 3rd position. Remember, Sean Butler was fastest in practice and also qualified pole, so he definitely has a good fast line around this track, and he's just got to fight his way back up there if he wants to be in the lead again.
I think he's happy just seeing the leader, you know, keeping the leader in sight here. We got a lot of laps to go, and you know, in this position right here, he'll be set up for when he needs to make a pass.
Yeah, absolutely. A little further back, we got Ivan Jones and Max Terrio. Max is trying to get that 6th position back from Ivan, and he is right on his bumper. Taking back up, it looks like Sean Butler is going for the pass now for 3rd. And he does clear Fershing coming out of 4th. Nice, good, clean pass there, and it takes both drivers to do that.
Yeah, for sure. It's not, you don't really want to run through that dog leg too wide. It makes it really uncomfortable, especially for the outside car. Getting that pass down just before your enter is really the key.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you got a car behind you who you know is faster than you this early in the race, your best bet is to do exactly what Fershing did there, which is just let him go and you know, save it for another time.
Leader's approaching a slow car here. See all these guys get by. Whoa!
And that is the 99 of Joshua Butler, who had trouble earlier coming out of turn 2. So David Howard has now led 7 laps out of this race, more than any other driver. We'll see how long he can hang on to it. And looking at the way Buckley's driving, it ain't going to be too much longer if Buckley keeps this up. He's doing a really good job.
With these guys running so close together, you know, we tend to monkey see, monkey do. Car in front of you can get a little bit loose or run up into the wall, and you can see all 3 cars do that.
Oh, so. Yeah. I've done that so many times where I'm so focused on the car in front of me, I just follow them right into the wall. It's amazing how your brain just sort of falls into that groove, and you just follow what the other guy's doing.
Really good run there coming out of 2 with Josh.
Go on board with Sean Butler. He's got the 1st and 2nd spot cars right in front of him. And he looks to the outside of Buckley. He's just got to wait for the right moment. He'll get it. I'm sure he will. But it just takes a lot of patience.
Yeah, I think you got to wait for your choice passing move. I don't think you want to force yourself to make a pass some way you don't want to. Get yourself uncomfortable, can ruin your whole race. So just being patient, and you know, we've seen that a lot from Sean. He is really patient, really consistent. I'm sure he'll wait for the opportunity that'll present itself and make a pass.
Ooh, looks like Buckley's blinking out a little bit. Hopefully he stays connected to us.
Yeah, he's definitely flashing a little bit here. That's nerve-wracking being in Sean's position, seeing the car in front of you just kind of disappear.
Yeah, no doubt. Sean kind of looks to the outside again. I don't think he's trying to pass on the outside. He just doesn't want to give up his momentum.
Oh, here's an opportunity right here. Ooh.
Yeah, there it went. Catch. Yeah, a lot of times that's the easiest way to pass a driver. Instead of forcing the issue, just wait for a little bit of a mistake or a slip, and you skate right on by.
Yeah, it's funny just watching Sean keep it down that extra lane, and that back end just wanted to come out just by keeping it down another lane, but he did a great job just getting it back in line, staying low, and making that pass. Really good job. Looks like John's going to try and do the same thing here on Josh. Maybe in a turn or two.
Yeah, now I only ran maybe 10 or 20 laps, so I didn't really get a feel for how the tires wear off, if you can be real aggressive with the tires or whatever, but I do know that this season iRacing has implemented increased tire wear, so a lot of what we're seeing here could be guys who were running up front right at the beginning kind of wore out their stuff a little bit, and now you see Buckley falling way back.
Yeah, these aren't really high-speed corners, so they could definitely wear those tires if you're driving in real hard and not rolling the corner as best as you could. So it'll be interesting to see what these cars do in the next couple laps.
One of the easiest mistakes to make, which is one that I make frequently, is just turning the wheel too much. You want that car to rotate so bad, and your instinct tells you, well, I got to turn the wheel more, right? And when you do that, you really, really grind those tires off.
Yeah, especially that right front. You can. I used to do it so bad that you look at my mirror and I can see the smoke coming off the right front tire. It's yeah, you burn them up real quick.
Yeah, you do. Oh, Fershing wobbles a little bit coming out of 2. That's going to give Buckley what he needs to try and get back around him. Yeah, Fershing had Buckley right in his rearview mirror, and he was probably pushing just a little bit harder than he was comfortable with, and just caused the back end to wobble a little bit and gave Buckley that spot.
Yeah, these cars are so on edge already that when you get a car right up on your bumper, it takes a little bit of air off that rear spoiler, and you know, you might lose 50 to 100 pounds of downforce, and that'll definitely just upset the car a little bit.
Fershing's looking like he might want to try and take that spot back from him, though. Take you a little further back in the field, where we got a battle going on between William Long and Jamie Christensen for the 8th position. Jamie, of course, one of the admins at the NAVSCAR League. Great guy. I love listening to his broadcast as well.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun over there. It's nice calling that race last week at the Glen. Different experience as we were talking about last week here. Man, the guys pulled it off really well. It was a great race. I'm thinking about putting it on the schedule again next season. So.
Yeah, you definitely have my vote on that. You know I love the road courses. Jamie really likes that number 8. He started 8th, he's currently 8th, and he's number 8.
Looks like he's going to be 9th here in a second.
Yeah, I think William Long's going to try and change that. Yep, and he does make that pass coming out of 2. William, one of our newer drivers, as indicated by the number 9 in front of his number for our viewers. All of our drivers who are new to us this season, they'll have a 3-digit number starting with a 9, and once they complete a full season, then they get to get the normal 2-digit number like everybody else. That's just a way for all the drivers to be able to recognize who's new on the track and kind of show them the way, show them the ropes of how we do things at Red Light.
Looks like we got some cars pitting. I hear the leader calling that he's going to be coming in this time. We'll see what he does here on pit road. Ooh, Max blew that pit entry. He's into the grass.
Ooh, not good for Max. That's going to be unsafe pit entry penalty for him. Yeah, and I think within a lap or two, we're going to see every car come down. We're on lap 27 now, and that's just about a tank of fuel. Remember, these guys have a 50% fuel load, so they don't get to fill the tank up completely.
Interesting note there, David's off. He took 2 right side tires, only right side tires that stop. Max looked like he took only 2 right side tires, but he's sitting there with his unsafe entry. He's going to have to serve that penalty.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt him pretty bad. As we said earlier, Max was our winner last week, and I'm sure he'd like to keep that momentum up. So he still has a long way to go. We're only on lap 28 out of 100, so he has a lot of time to make that up. And if past has been any indicator, then Max can do it.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing him up there so early in the race. Maybe he's just wants to get back in the pack and climb his way back forward. He's always there at the end, so not counting him out yet.
That's right. So most of these drivers taking 4 tires. We do have a handful of 2-tire pit stops. It's like Sean Butler, David Howard, John Fershing all took 2 tires. Daniel Haney also took 2.
Sean had a 5.5 second pit stop. That
may have only taken fuel.
Yeah, that screams no tires to me. Which would explain, you know, him dropping back and not racing hard at the beginning. Maybe he's trying to save his tires.
That might be what he's trying to do.
I'm going to just rewind here and confirm that he took none. I'm kind of curious.
And Sean Butler has regained the lead after the round of pit stops. Like we said, he only had a 5-second pit stop.
No, he took 2, but he looks like he might have had some net code while he was taking the pit stop and blipped out, so that might have screwed up the clock there.
I see. So David Howard, who also only took 2 tires, is right there behind Sean Butler. He's got a little bit of lap traffic between the 2 of them, though. Oh, we got contact.
Oh.
55 of James Haney. Let's go back and see if we can find a replay of this.
Yeah, it looks like 55 coming around the outside, lost it coming out of 2 like we've seen a couple drivers do already, and just unfortunate that he had the leader inside of him.
Yeah, that's a really bad spot for that to happen, and probably him trying to get out of the way of the leader is, you know, that can really mess up your groove and your rhythm, and that might be what caused that.
Yeah, for sure. You just get out of you're out of your rhythm. You might back off the throttle a little bit. Anything you do that's different can definitely upset the car, and when it's so on edge, it's tough to bring it back.
Wow, not good for Sean Butler. Let's have a look at it from his point of view.
Pretty sure it's just going to be nothing, and then in the wall.
Yeah, not a whole lot you can do there. I mean, Sean was, you know, he's down the track right where he's supposed to be, and James got a little bit loose, and you know, from Sean's point of view, he's probably wondering what the hell just happened. Wow, unfortunate turn of events for him there, but I think, you know, he'll have his quick reset. He'll probably start near the back of the field, and we'll see him chomp his way through that field pretty fast, I think.
Yeah, he'll get it all fixed up right now.
And it looks like all the drivers are coming down. Kind of surprised at that, since they just stopped a few laps ago, but might have something to do with fuel. They don't want to end up getting behind the curve.
Well, we're on lap 33. Remind me how many laps we're on. We're on 100 laps.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that'll change the window too much, but there's no reason not to come down when everyone else does. Get some tires and get back out there. So it looks like Sean benefited of that yellow coming out at a decent time. He didn't lose too many positions.
Yeah, it's always good when the yellow comes out right away on a caution. Otherwise, you can find yourself losing 10 spots before the caution comes out, and you don't get them back.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of on the fence on whether I like how iRacing handles that. I know that you know, caution comes out, you freeze the field, but I think if you're involved in that caution, you should be going to the back of the pack. But it is what it is. It worked out for Sean this time around, for sure.
Now, Daniel Haney in that 930, he stayed out. He did not pit. Everybody else pitted. And I'm not sure if he's going to pit this time or if he's just going to stay out and try and lead it from the front, but he's going to have a tough time holding these guys off when they all have new tires.
I agree.
And I expect we're going to see him pit here, but you never know. He might not. Yep, there he goes. He's going down low, I think. Maybe not. I guess he's going to give it a shot, see what he can do.
Should make for an interesting restart.
Yeah.
I think Jamie is in a good position here with those fresh tires. Like, could maybe use the opportunity to get around him real quick.
So the lights are off on the pace car as they get doubled up, coming down the back stretch. We'll be ready to go green again. Pretty good run we had there, though. I mean, we had just over 30 green flag laps before our first caution.
Pace guard's in.
Still side by side down the backstretch, Jamie Christensen and Daniel Haney.
Daniel's getting real loose there. Keeps a hold of it though.
So new leader, Jamie Christensen. Oh, Daniel Haney gets loose coming out of 2. Good save. And here comes Sean Butler putting his nose back up into the mix. So he got his quicker pair and he's back out there. He's ready to fight his way back to the front again. But he's got a lot of competition. David Howard up there, Jamie Christensen, all these guys running really strong.
Good pack racing going back here. Jamie likes to see that though. It's getting him, letting him gap the field a little bit. He's got about a half a second over William Long in second place.
Yeah, these guys have been battling side by side almost since we restarted. We still have 2 wide in a couple spots anyway.
I'll tell you, Daniel looks real loose. Nate looks real loose. These guys are got their hands full.
Jamie starts pulling away from the field. You got a wrecker? Yeah,
yep,
I think
Daniel Haney.
Let's go back and watch a replay. See what happened to Daniel here. He's got Joshua Buckley right behind him as he comes out of 2. And Haney started getting loose, and Buckley kind of hit him. Not Buckley's fault. Haney slowed down as he was getting loose. And it looks like it blew Haney's engine. I'm not sure how getting... Oh, well, he hit the inside wall. That's why he blew his engine. So we'll take you back live as he gets fixed up in the pit. And we do have the caution out.
Well, we'll see if these guys come in and use the opportunity to top it up and maybe get a couple tires. Looks like Jamie's going to lead the pack down pit road here. A couple takers, couple staying out.
Wanted to try and take you on board with Buckley to watch a replay of that. I think I got the wrong lap though. All right, here we go. We're on board with Joshua Buckley, and we can see a replay of what just happened. You see right there, Daniel gets loose, and it slows him down so much, and there's nothing Buckley can do at that point.
Yeah, it's not like you can slam on your brakes mid-turn like that. You'd end up wrecking yourself, so.
So now we know, staying out on older tires ahead of everyone, maybe not the best idea.
Yeah, maybe. But I think it just brings it back to that point, man. You get right on the bumper of that car in front of you through the corners, you're gonna upset their car. So maybe we'll see some guys learn about that and maybe be a little bit more cautious. Who knows? But hey, these guys have been doing a good job so far. Just it's a tough track. It's real tough with the setup that we have right now.
Yeah, it sure is. I think something with this last iRacing build kind of made the setups on a lot of tracks quite a handful, to say the least.
So this week, NASCAR, we're going to the Super Speedway. We'll be racing at Daytona this week. I'm looking forward to seeing these guys do a little bit of team racing and bumping and drafting, and should be an interesting race this Wednesday. Yeah,
the plate tracks are always they're always quite a handful. It's, you know, you try to play the strategy. You can say, well, I'm going to hang out in the back, but sometimes the back is the worst place to be because something happens in front of you and there's nothing you can do to get out of the way. But then again, you try and stay up front, and people are usually clamoring for a position so hard that you end up caught some stuff there too. So yeah, very difficult to run at those plate tracks.
Yeah, personally, I like to get as close to the front of the bottom, or close to the front as possible. Find my teammate, get to the bottom, and just stay on the line and run around until within the last 10-15 laps. Just kind of put my own race together. But I figure if you're on the bottom and you're up front, you can try and stay out of the mess.
Yeah, it's definitely a whole different type of racing, and it's one of those things where if you're not a race fan, and especially if you're not a sim racer, it's kind of hard to really appreciate the difference there. But it is a completely different. It's like going from cars to racing airplanes almost.
I'll see what Joshua can do on the outside there. I know Jamie almost completed that pass before turn 1, just couldn't get around him to get the line, so they were able to fight too wide going into turn 1. Let's see what these guys do here. Josh hangs back a lot.
The 81 on the floor got a little loose, and Jamie Christensen got right up on his bumper, but he backed off in time to keep from causing a wreck. Still side by side up front. I think Buckley's going to come out ahead on this one, though. Fershing's going to try and go. Oh, Fershing gets onto the apron and gets loose. He falls way back. Oh, now he's into the inside wall.
And that's exactly what you said earlier, that just really slow, like the car comes around really slow and you don't notice it and you just couldn't collect it. So.
Yeah, it really sneaks up on you. You know, it's almost like it's easier if it's snappy or loose. You know, you can tell something's happening and you can make adjustments. With this, it starts creeping around on you. You don't even realize the back tires are slipping until it's too late. Great battling further back. These top two are kind of running away while everybody else fights out, but it's sure giving us a nice show to watch.
Yeah, it looks like Sean's trying to figure out how he's going to get around Haney and Nate LaFleur. He's definitely being careful. He knows he's got no more quick repairs. He's got to keep that car in good shape.
Sean looks to the outside at Keith Haney. I think he might be able to pull that pass off on the outside.
Yeah, he might feel like the outside is the safer place to be at this point.
Sean does complete that pass on the outside. Pretty impressive stuff there.
Yeah, really impressive.
Up front, we got David Howard, Joshua Buckley staying in line 1 and 2, and they have really made a lot of distance between themselves and the rest of the field. And all the way back, though, we see close battling still. Here we got Ivan Jones and Tim Lewis fighting for 9th. And Dustin Phillips just ahead of them. Oh, Ivan gets into the wall a little bit. That slows him down. Up front, now we've got the 88 of Sean Butler. Inside the number 2 of Joshua Buckley.
Yeah, he caught up to those guys pretty quick.
Yeah, shot right past him. And now he's looking at Nate LaFleur.
Yeah, I think he sees the gap that David's kind of putting on the field here, and he just wants to get at it.
Now, I didn't see what happened to Buckley there. I'm assuming he must have wobbled or something because he fell way back. He was right up there with David Howard, but I missed it.
Yeah, I'm rewinding it right now to take a look and see what happened. Yeah, all by himself. He coming out of 2, looks like got away from him. He kept it off the inside wall just barely, but really lost the momentum.
So David Howard now has 1.5 seconds between himself and Sean Butler. And Sean is running slightly faster laps, about maybe a 1/10 of a second faster each lap.
Oh, Nate almost lost it there. Josh is going to get by him on the outside. Maybe not. Nate's going to fight back, but keep that position.
Yeah, impressive stuff, hanging on to it. Oh, here comes Buckley. Oh, LaFleur wobbles a little bit in turn 4, going into between 3 and 4. That lets Buckley get away, and it allows Keith Haney to look to the inside to pass him. And Haney may even bring William Long with him in that 9-11.
Yeah, it just really upsets your momentum, and you got to get kind of reset, get back into the swing of things. But when you got cars coming in underneath you, it can definitely rattle your cage a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, once you wobble something like that, you know, your tires get pretty hot for a lap or two, and you really got to take it easy on them.
I'm impressed. David Howard has still got quite the lead over Sean. His last lap was actually faster than Sean. It's going to be a fight coming down to it. We're past halfway. We're looking turn in lap 58, 59 here. So.
Yeah, and David is a good, solid driver. He wasn't able to join the league when we first started, but I did race with him in a previous league. Real good guy, real solid driver, and I'd like to see him get a win at one of these races here pretty soon. And tonight might be his night.
Yeah, he's actually increasing that that gap.
Really spread out among these top 3 here, though. You got you know, from first to second, 1.5 seconds, and from second to third is another 3 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like coming out of 4 there, William Long got a little bit loose, put it through the infield, but collected it after running through the grass. That's really impressive as well.
Let's have a replay of that. Yep, you see as he comes out of turn 4, just points right to the grass, and that can be really hairy because you think the back end comes around easy coming out of turn 2. It really comes around easy when you're in that grass, but good job by William Long hanging on to that.
Yeah, you can't really, like, when you're in the grass, you can't do anything except run straight. You can't hit the brakes, you can't put steering into it. You just kind of got to go straight until you get back on cement and then try and collect it.
Yep. And it's difficult, too, because you're so afraid when you come back onto the track that you're going to take somebody else out and start a big chain reaction.
But he did a great job there. If he had slammed on the brakes, he easily would have spun it out into the outside wall. So.
Yeah, I think so. And he is now side by side with the 81 and Nate LaFleur for 5th position. And real close battle, 3-way battle here with Jamie Christensen bringing up 7th place right behind him.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Jamie tonight. He's run up front. He's run mid-pack. He's done a great job. I'm sure he's looking forward to bringing home a top 10 here, or maybe a top 5. David Howard has jumped onto pit road. Gives us a new leader.
Yep, that's right. Sean Butler now takes the lead again. David Howard has led 42 laps this race, so he is almost sealed up the most laps led.
David's back on track, took 4 tires, looking to get back up to speed here, and hoping that all these guys have a chance to cycle around.
Yeah, I think pretty soon we're going to see all these drivers coming down for tires and fuel. Butler takes it around another time. Side-by-side battle for second with Keith Haney and Joshua Buckley. Nate LaFleur in the 81, once again trying to hold off William Long. These two have been battling for quite a while now.
William did a good job. He had a really good run there and couldn't make anything happen, so he got off the gas and kind of let Nate get the corner. Curious to see how many cars or how many laps these guys have left. With David Howard jumping in, if these cars can squeeze another 6 laps or so, they might be able to do it in one stop.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see David pit that early. You know, he was leading, and I can't imagine that he was out of fuel because he pitted when everybody else did, but these guys have stayed out for a few laps now beyond him.
Yeah, considering he was pulling away from second place there must have been some reason that he thought to come in.
And David is now the first car a lap down because he's the only one who pitted.
We got guys coming in now, so it looks like he's okay. Looks like everyone will still be on the same strategy. So
it's like the 4 of Timothy Lewis. And the 53 of Ivan Jones are in the pit stall.
Both drivers are going to take 4 tires there.
And lots of cars coming down pit road now.
It'll be interesting to see how many tires Sean takes here. That's, I think, going to be the key on who comes out first.
Sean Butler is coming down pit road now, so we'll keep the camera here on pit road for a little bit and see what the strategies are for these guys. Buckley only took 2 tires. Keith Haney only took 2 tires. Max Terrio had a 4.4 second pit stop. Did he get tires or just fuel?
I will review that.
Butler has his right sides up. And he's off. So Butler takes 2 and heads out. Now, Buckley had a good view of that, so Buckley's probably going to do the same thing now. Oh, I was wrong. Buckley is taking left side tires. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. If the newer tires will help. We got just over 25 laps left. Max Terrio now on pit road.
Yeah, he pit last cycle. That was.
Oh, that's right. That last one. Okay, so he takes 2 and heads out. Yeah, he hadn't pitted yet. That's why I saw a 4-second pit stop, but I didn't remember seeing him come in pit road and take off that early.
So that's interesting. David's about 2 seconds back. He's got 4 fresh ones. You know, they're still relatively fresh. He's putting some quick times down. Sean's on 2, so I'm liking David's position here.
Yeah, I really am. I think David's got a real good shot at this. It would definitely be a well-deserved win if he can get up there in victory lane. And like you said, we'll see how it works out. He did pit a lot earlier than these guys. I'm hoping he has enough fuel to make it to the end.
He don't, but I don't think anybody does at this point. It's going to be real close. What did we say a fuel window was? 25, 26?
Yeah, I guess everybody's going to have to stop one more time. Maybe that's what his plan was, is maximize your time on the new tires so you're not pitting with 2 to go and just getting a splash and heading out. That might have been what he was thinking, kind of divide it.
It definitely sets him up, to take that splash at the end. I guess everybody's probably going to take a splash at the end, but, when Sean's only on 2 and he's got 4 here, it could be the difference. And he's closed that gap by a half already. He's less, 0.7 back and almost half a second quicker per lap.
Yeah, I really think that David made the right move there, and we're going to see him battling Sean for that lead here any moment. Oh, caution's out.
Ooh. So everything I just said, throw that out the window.
The 8 of Jamie Christensen goes around, coming out of 2. Really not that bad of a wreck. No one else is involved. He just kind of does a little slip and slide dance down the backstretch, and that brings out the caution. Let's have a watch of the replay here. And there you see, coming out of 2, he almost collects it up, but just kind of oversteers the other direction a little bit. And then it comes completely around on him. And, those guys behind him are a little worried at this point. But, yeah, he just kind of slides around. Left side smacked the inside wall a little bit, but I don't think he's going to have any damage. So pretty benign caution there, I guess. Nothing really too major. Nobody getting smashed up or anything. Just a spin around, and we get to collect them all back up. Now, David Howard is probably not happy about that because I think that he had, like you said, he was in a great position right there, and he was really gaining on Sean fast.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what everyone does here. I would expect the 2-tire guys to come down and get 4, but, Sean's in the lead right now. And it's hard to pit from first place, but you got to top up anyways. They should all make it from here, so I think they're all going to come in.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see some people just take some fuel and go. Maybe not. They're all getting tires. Oh, Buckley overshoots his pit stall. That's going to cost him big. And it looks like most everyone's taking 4. Couple of people went with 2. And Buckley may be serving a penalty as well.
Yeah, he's definitely still sitting there.
Tough break for Buckley.
Let me watch his entry here and see if we think he was speeding. No, it doesn't look like he was speeding. He might have had to just hit the washer.
That is possible.
He has done that before.
Yeah.
He's still sitting there.
Yeah,
so.
He has. I remember, what was it, last race or race before last week? So what were you doing there? Oh, I was going to the bathroom. Kind of gives you shades of Ricky Bobby when the driver gets out and goes to the bathroom and makes the phone call and gets a sandwich.
He gets it back on the track before the pace car comes around, so he'll be all right.
So Butch Frazier, who we really haven't seen much this race, and Keith Haney are going to be starting up front here. Just behind them will be Sean Butler and David Howard. As the pace car crosses the start-finish line, it turns its lights off. Oh, I'm sorry. Frazier and Haney are getting a wave around, I think. Or Haney is anyway.
Haney was. Butch is starting from the lead.
Butch is starting up front. Oh, no, Keith Haney's up there as well. I'm sorry. I can't. That must have been James Haney who got the wave around.
Yeah.
They got same last name, same paint job. I apologize, guys. I am going to get mixed up sometimes. So this will be interesting to watch, especially in that second row with the two strongest drivers we've seen tonight, Butler and David Howard side by side. And look, just behind Sean Butler, who do we got? Max Terrio. Told you he'd be back up there.
Yeah, good to see him back up at the front here. It's going to be interesting, like you said. I think Sean, you know, it's easy for me to say this, but Sean's got to remember to be patient getting around these two guys in front of him, but Sean never forgets to be patient, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and the laps are ticking off. We're winding down. We're getting down to it. We got only 20 to go, so I think we are going to see some slightly more aggressive driving. Green flag is out.
Ooh, these cars are bunching up real good. Looks like the front row did not get off to as quick a start as the second row would have liked.
Yeah, they are side by side, all the way back. Definitely bunched up. Let's hope they can hang on to this. Haney makes his way out front.
Sean got kind of pinned there.
Yeah, he sure did. And David Howard got out in front of Sean. That may be the thing that gives David Howard what he needs, but Keith Haney has been strong all night too. I think we're going to see a good 3- or 4-way battle for the win here. Oh, Haney goes around. Can he hang on to it? Oh, further back in the field, we got another car going around. That was the 953 of Ivan Jones. We almost stayed green there. Wow, that was intense. Let's go back and watch and see what happened to Ivan Jones in that 953. I think it looks like they got bunched up a little bit because people were slowing down. They saw the smoke, people were checking up, and Buckley got into the back of Ivan, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Wow, what a turn of events. So Keith Haney falls back to 4th. And let's go back and watch a replay of this. You see Haney coming through turns 1 and 2, and his back end starts stepping out on him. Howard got into him just a little bit and shoots right around. Look at this amazing job by Haney saving that, though. That's pretty impressive, but you can see further back in the field, they got a little bunched up, and a car went around, brought out the caution. Seeing a lot of really good paint jobs out here this week. Some new paint jobs that we haven't seen before. David Howard running that new Alienware paint job. I have not seen that one yet. Very cool looking too. And we see the 81 and Nate LaFleur running a, looks like a Mountain Dew throwback paint job. Very cool. And Sean Butler has also changed up his paint job to a, looks like a Dale Jr. theme. Looks really nice too. Nationwide and Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I love seeing these guys play with their paints, man. It's one of the things I used to enjoy most, just doing recreation of paints. I haven't had time lately, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I do like doing the paint jobs. I usually try to stick with one paint job for an entire season, just to make, kind of make it easier on people watching and make it easier on the broadcasters. I know if these guys change up their paint schemes every week, I'd probably have a little bit of a difficult time finding them, but I've gotten pretty good at finding the number and calling out the name. And Sean's is actually, I like this paint job for Sean better from a broadcasting point of view, because it's a lot easier to see his number. Before, he had kind of a red on gray color, and it was kind of difficult to see the number.
So David's got to be liking that. He's now first place, and he's not coming down pits again. So he's got to be happy with starting there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just needs to get a good start and clear Nate, and then put some clean laps together.
Yeah, and we'll only have I think 15 to go when we go green. Not sure why Butler just got sent to the front.
I don't know if he got sent to the front. I think he's just practicing. He's letting him know what he's going to do here. Oh, okay. So just listening to the radio. David requested that Sean come up and look at his car just to give him a little bit of feedback on his car. Checking for damage. Looking at it, I don't see anything all that bad. He should be okay.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. I mean, he's running such good laps prior to this round of cautions that I think he'll be fine. So lights go off on the pace car. Drivers get doubled up. Will be 15 to go when it goes green. And I hope it'll be 15 green flag laps, because it's really shaping up to be quite an exciting finish if we can keep it green. Fortunately for Keith Haney, he didn't really lose too much. I mean, he lost the lead, but he's still starting right behind the leader.
All right, pace car's going to be dropping in here. Looks like Nate.
Yeah, outside line does not get a good start.
Yeah, it looks like he spun his tires. Had to get off it to collect it. Sean's just like frustrated right now.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for Sean. He falls in line behind the 42 of Max Terrio. Just behind them, you have the number 4 of Tim Lewis looking to the outside, going around the 911 of William Long.
I like what Sean did there, kind of just pin Nate up behind Max. Oh, get a car spinning around.
Oh, here we go again.
Caution's not out yet.
Wow, surprise! The caution didn't come out. There it is. All kind of cars caught up in that. Let's have a look and see what happened.
Yeah, it looked like a single car. Like John Fershing was checking up a little bit because Tim looked like he was checking up in front of him, and he just lost it when he was checking up.
Trying to see which car was the first one to lose it. I think I saw the 15 of John Fershing, actually.
Yeah. That's what if I said someone else, I apologize. John, he did lose it because I think Tim was checking up in front of him. And that got John off the gas, and that just upset the car, and he lost it.
I apologize for the... I'm trying to find this on the replay. Here we go. I got it now. Yeah, I think Fershing it looked like he was about to come down the track, and he sort of overcorrected and just lost control and collected up a couple other drivers there.
Well, you listen to his throttle. He actually gets off the throttle and then back on it. When he gets off of it and gets back on it, it just kind of spins those tires a little bit, gets it loose. And he almost saved it. If there wasn't a car coming in on the inside, it would have been all right, but it happens.
All right, so they kept it pretty clean the first half of the race, and it's getting a little difficult to get these green flag laps in with you know, cautions breed cautions, they always say, and that is definitely true. Once you bunch the field back up together, everyone's racing side by side, nose to tail. That's the most likely time something like that's going to happen. So unfortunate to see. I know these guys don't like pacing around like that. Let's hope that they can all keep it pointed the right direction, keep the shiny side up, and we'll finish this under green.
Yeah, we're gonna have a what nine lap shootout by the time we get back. You know, I think these guys will get it done this time. But you spoke on it. These guys are getting a little bit more aggressive, and you know that's expected. We're getting down to it. They got to make some positions happen here. And when you get on and off the gas like that, you're not used to being that way because you've been racing this entire race completely different, and it really gets you loose. And you know, seeing what these guys have been fighting with all day, it's not surprising.
So I just saw something interesting this week. NBC Sports is airing some memorable Winston and Nextel Cup races, races from early 2000s. We got well, tonight they aired what was it, the 2004 Ford 400, 2003 Ford 400. Tomorrow they'll be airing the Brickyard. That's pretty neat. I might actually go back and watch some of those because that was before my time when I was watching racing.
Yeah, I've got them all PVR'd, set up to record. I also recorded a couple of the NASCAR specials on Fox Sports. Yeah, it makes for good off race night viewing.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like watching those specials too. It gives you a lot of insight. Like I said, I'm a newcomer to racing. I've only been watching it for 5 or 6 years now. And it's kind of neat seeing that history that I missed.
Yeah, I was over at the bookstore, believe it or not, the other day, and they had this like encyclopedia of NASCAR through the years, and I almost picked it up. It was on sale. I'll probably go back and grab it. It's a big book. All right, looks like we're coming back to the green here. Nate's really up on that bumper.
On the little floor goes really wide. Almost looked like he was going to look to the outside of Keith Haney, but stays back there. David Howard gets out in front again. And here comes Max Terrio on the inside.
Yep. 88's really boxed in. Oh, man.
Oh, little contact there with Haney, but they hang on to it. And Howard just runs away with it now.
Josh was thinking about going 3 wide. I think he thought better of it there.
Yeah, good call.
Oh, Max got a little bit of a wiggle there, lost some momentum.
Oh, we got a driver on the inside wall. No caution, please. And it stays green. These guys are racing hard now. We're down to less than 10 to go. David Howard just continues to extend that lead.
Sean's finally got some open air. He's going to try and get some clean laps. Oh!
Oh, Haney gets into the wall. He loses a lot of ground. They make it around him nice and clean, but wow, that really killed Haney's chances. Sean Butler now up into the second spot, but he only has 7 laps to go. He's got about a 0.7 second gap.
Yeah, I'll be watching the lap times here, see what kind of laps these guys put down. Sean was about half a tenth quicker that one. Oh, man.
We got a caution, and it's a big one. Wow. That looked like a really rough ride for the 989 at Butch Frazier. Let's go back and see what happened. I think the 99 of Joshua Butler got loose coming out of 2, got into the wall, and just started a whole chain reaction. Fershing gets into him hard, and Butch Frazier takes a ride down the backstretch on his roof. Actually, he's on the front stretch on his roof. Oh, that's the backstretch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, backstretch.
I'm so used to these tracks not having seats there on the backstretch. It kind of threw me off when I saw seats up there. So, wow, tough break. Yeah, that turn, you know, last week we were at Dover. It was turn 4 that got everybody. This week it's at Texas. It's turn 2 that's getting everybody. I mean, almost all of our cautions have happened because of someone getting loose out of turn 2.
I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting now. We're going to have David probably with pit or selection on the front row. He'll probably take the inside. Sean will probably take the outside. Well, it should be an interesting restart. Yeah,
and you know, that's a tough break for David because I think he had this one in the bag. You know, he had 7 laps to go. He had almost a full second lead on Sean, and their lap times were pretty similar. Sean's might have been a little bit faster, but I think David could have held him off, and now David really has his work cut out for him. And in that second row, we got Tim Lewis and Nate LaFleur. So Tim, not really up near the front all day long, but here we are with just 4 laps to go, and he's positioned his car where he needs to be, so we'll see if he can make something happen too. I think, is it going to be a 1 or a 2 lap shootout?
They should get double file here.
Well, lights are still on in the pace car.
Ooh. So is this race over? No, I think they're going to get 1.
Yeah, we're going to go green with 1 to go. And now it's going to be real important to maintain track position for the leader, because if another caution comes out, that's going to lock the field in place. And if you find yourself slipping behind just a little bit for 1 second and the caution comes out while you're behind, you're going to lose the race.
I think David Deere, he's got to kind of just run Sean a little bit high, get him uncomfortable, and just keep that momentum. It's going to be a challenge. This is tough right here. You know, we've seen Sean go around the outside a couple times today. But these are teammates, so I'm sure they'll race each other clean.
Yeah, I expect to see clean racing, but I expect to see very, very tough racing too. I'm sure David's hungry for a win. He's done really, really well here tonight. We'll see if he can pull it off.
Yeah, it's been a great race overall for almost all the drivers here tonight.
Alright, so they are going to take the green flag and the white flag at the same time. And the next flag will end the race, whether it be checkered or another yellow.
Nate is just all over the bumper once again.
Ooh, Butler gets a great start on the outside there. It almost looked like he kind of hung back a little bit and then took off.
Yeah, David, he might have missed tires a little bit there too, but he's going to get that pass right here. Hopefully he can get a good run.
Side by side, David's fighting hard. He wants that win. 2 more turns and it's over. Oh, Butler gets loose. He slows way down. He's done. He's in the wall. David Howard's going to come take the checkered flag for his first win here at Red Light Racing.
Congratulations, man. That was a hard-fought win right there.
Yeah, it sure was. And Buckley's crashing on the back stretch. So congratulations, David Howard, for his first win here at Red Light. I know I've been talking him up since he came here. Great driver, solid driver. Glad to have him with us, and good to see him here in Victory Lane.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to enjoy that one. Burn him up right here.
Yeah, that was exciting. You know, I don't like seeing so many cautions, but you know, you can't argue against the excitement of seeing a side-by-side finish like that. Sean Butler, it looked like he kind of just lost some momentum going into 3 and got bumped, sent up into the wall, and there went his day.
Yeah, you know, again, we talked about it all night. I think Nate was really on his bumper, kind of just upset the car there. And, you know, Nate was pushing hard, trying to get past everybody. And you could see from his last 2 restarts that he was just, you know, itching to make up some positions. So you can't really fault him on it. It's the end of the race, and he's just being super aggressive.
All right, let's bring David into our room here and have a chat with him. Congratulate him. David Howard Jr., this is Jeremy Patterson in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4, I got you, Jeremy.
Hey, I'm happy to see you in Victory Lane there, man. That was a hard-fought win. Tell us about it.
Too many cautions, man. I felt like I could get away from everybody, you know. I just felt like tonight I just had the car among the best, I guess, and man, it was awesome all night. I just kept praying for them cautions to stop, because the longer we went, man, the better my car got.
We noticed that, you know, tell me about your last pit stop. Well, your second last pit stop, the last pit stop under green flag conditions. You jumped down a little bit earlier than everybody else, grabbed those 4 tires. What were your thoughts about coming early?
Well, those guys had taken, they had used the caution before that when I didn't pit. They had came in and topped off. And the thinking was, at least my teammate, Sean, he was thinking that he could make it only on 1 more stop. So, man, I'm just glad it worked out for us. The caution come out right at the end with exactly a fuel run left, and I said, man, this is my chance. You know, I've had the best car all night, so it just worked out perfect for me.
Yeah, just walk us through that last restart you had there, because you were side by side with Sean, and everyone knows Sean's a really strong driver, and I know you're a really strong driver. Were you trying any mind games or anything, or were you guys just going for it?
Yeah, I kind of feel like the restart before, I feel like I kind of jumped Nate. I think it was the restart. I kind of jumped. I had kind of got the flag down to where I knew it was coming out. I had a mark that I thought I had perfect, and it come out a split second later than what I thought. So I jumped it just a little bit on Nate. So that last one, I was more conservative not to get a jump, and man, Butler almost had me cleared down into one, and man, I would have hated it after having the best car, I feel like, all night. I'm just happy to get a win finally.
Well, you fought him back at the end there. He got a little bit loose and unfortunately put it in the wall, but I think you had him anyways, man. I think that was a great race. You were super strong all night. You got some fans in the chat. You want to say hi to anybody?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, my mom, my wife, my daughter, family, friends that I don't know are watching, just let me know and we'll get you a shout out here on the air, man. It's awesome. I have a good fan following for a guy that just sim races, man. So all those guys watching me, all you guys put this thing on, Jeremy, all the admins, got to thank all those guys.
Awesome. Well, we love doing it. We're definitely glad you're racing with us. Hey, one more quick thing I got to say. That is a really nice looking paint job you got here tonight. I don't think I've seen that one before. It looks really good.
Hey, thanks a lot, buddy. That means a lot from a guy that I know knows how to paint them cars. So thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. All right, and we will see you next week at Kentucky, David.
10-4, man. Thank you. I can't wait.
Yes, sir. So the number 81, Nate LaFleur brings it home second. Congratulations on that.
I did? This shows me fifth.
Oh, you know what? I think I have something messed up here. I apologize for that. Well, congratulations on fifth. That was a good finish.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Mine chose second too. It's the second time that this is screwed up in a week, so that's interesting.
Yeah, that's really strange. It's showing you as second. So, all right, well, we'll go ahead and get second place. I believe might have been Timothy Lewis.
Tim Lewis, correct.
Yeah, Tim Lewis is second.
Excellent. Well, thanks for talking to us for a second there, Nate.
Yeah, no problem.
Tim Lewis, my co-owner of this league. Good to see you up here on the podium. Tell us about your race.
Hey, Jeremy. Thank you guys for broadcasting, and thank you for all the work you do on this. I was terrible. Me and Sean and David had been practicing some together. I was at the lake all weekend, so I didn't do any kind of practice, and I was terrible. And finally figured it out towards halfway through the race, and I just stayed out of trouble. Mainly, I mean, I was in practice. I was wrecking. I mean, I could not get off turn 2 at all, and maybe a little bit of luck, but just kind of hung in there. Sean got a great restart on that very last lap, and I, love Sean to death, but I was really wanting to see someone else win besides him, and I gave David a really good shot going into one and got him right back up past him, and hoped that helped him out. And I was just glad that I got to finish one off. I had a blast tonight.
Yeah, we said earlier on, we said, where'd he come from? Tim Lewis, all of a sudden we're seeing you right up front, so great job on that.
What do you think about the car? It looked like everybody was fighting loose off you there. Is that about the same for you?
Yeah, definitely, especially in practice, and just maybe 3 minutes before practice, I got where I ran about 7 or 8 laps without spinning off a 2, and I was just putting too much throttle, kind of listening to other people saying they was matting it coming off a corner, and I couldn't do that. About in the middle of the corner, I would hit it all the way down, and then I'd back up, feather it a little bit coming off. There's a little bit of a hump there, but just had to make sure I got it pointed straight. And then I think where I made my gains throughout the night, I started entering the corner harder than I had been, and I was fastest in 3 and 4, and I just got where I could kind of maintain in 1 and 2, and just stayed out of trouble. I know other people had some trouble that were faster. So, but anyway, I had a blast, and thank you guys for doing this.
Excellent. We had fun watching it, Tim, and we will see you next week at Kentucky.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, so third place finisher, I believe, was Joshua Buckley. Let's have a word with him. Joshua Buckley, it's Jeremy Patterson in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right, before I get congratulating you here, can you tell me which position you finished?
According to the scoring, I got third.
All right, that's what I thought. We had some scoring issues when the race was first over. We brought Nate LaFleur down. We thought he got second, but he ended up being fifth, so I just wanted to make sure. But congratulations on a podium finish. You fought really hard. You were really fast, and it seemed like you just kept trouble kept finding you.
It was one of those races. I knew I was at least a top 3 car. I didn't know if I was going to be able to stick with them on. I was hoping with this 1 lap run. I'm like, I know I got, on the short runs I'm very good, and then I fade away. So I was hoping for it. I got the podium finish. I can't be too angry with it,
Yeah, it looked like everyone was fighting the same racing conditions. We had mentioned a couple times when a car gets up behind you, or when you get your nose on the car in front of you real close, it can really upset the car in front of you. Get them a little bit loose, and it looks like that happened a couple times. You're able to keep your car pretty good and get up there for the finish. So, man, congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. It was not easy. It definitely was not easy.
Yeah, it definitely didn't look easy. It looked like turn 2 was just very, very difficult, and I know from the limited amount of practice that I did, I found turn 2 to be really difficult as well.
Yeah, it was kind of its own juggernaut, especially when you got everyone with their different driving styles, where I got myself caught towards the back. I was a little scared, but it's just, thankfully for me, being aggressive but not too aggressive was the trick.
Hey, we have to ask. Okay, so you came into the pit, you blew your pit stop, and we thought you had a penalty again, but you were in there for quite some time. Can you tell us why you were in the pits for so long?
Yeah, I'm drinking too much before the races. That's what it's got to be.
All right, you had it. You called it. Yeah, that's what we thought. I said, well, maybe he's serving a penalty. And I was like, that's a really long penalty. And then we said, well, he has been known to hop out of the car and go make a phone call and whatnot. So
it was one of those things. It's like I was, as soon as the caution started laying out, I'm just like, man, this is not what I need. And then I was finally like, I'm already, in the middle towards the back anyway, whatever.
And, it's amazing. After all of that, you still ended up coming home with a podium finish. So good job on that, Josh.
No, I appreciate it. That was... There's a lot of fun racing with these guys, and I appreciate everyone here, but they don't make it easy at the same time, so.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, well, anybody you want to say hi to?
I just want to, thank you guys for putting this on, and my team at, with John and Nate, for putting in the extra time to get us where we are now, and keep going forward, and looking forward to next week.
Excellent. I look forward to racing with you this Wednesday at Daytona with NASCAR, and next week here we'll see you at Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun. Have a good night, guys.
Good night, Josh.
Good night, man.
Yeah, so overall, got a little messy there at the end, but I'm happy we got to see it finish under green, even though it was a 1-lap shootout. Just a lot of fun to watch, and always great seeing a new driver get the checkered flag as well.
Yeah, it was definitely an exciting race all around. It kind of played out pretty much like we thought it would. These guys, when they want to, they get in line, they play it safe, and when the time comes to get moving, we see a little bit more aggression, and that's expected. So, hey, at least we saw it finish under green, and, congratulations again to David.
Yeah, excellent. And just a reminder to everybody, you can go to our website. That is redlightleague.com, and we'll be posting the results of this race here shortly and updating the standings probably within an hour or so. You'll see the updated stuff, or just check it tomorrow. We'll also be uploading this video to our YouTube channel, and you can get links to our YouTube channel and Facebook page from our website. And also, while we're talking about it, I just mentioned Wednesday Racing with NAVSCAR. You can go to navscar.com. That's NAVSCAR.com. A lot of these drivers race there on Wednesday nights, and I race as well. I'm really happy to get behind the wheel again, and a lot of good guys to drive with. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it, Mike?
Yeah, just you said it. A lot of the guys come from here, race over there. We've got the same pretty much feel. We're looking for fun, clean racing, and a lot of our guys take it seriously. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. Same deal. If you like watching this race, or if you like racing in this race here at Red Light, jump on over to NASCAR. You'll probably enjoy the crowd and enjoy the race there as well. So hope to see you there.
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoy racing there. So that about wrap it up. One more thing I actually want to put out, and that's next week, Monday, July 6th. We'll be racing in Kentucky. Broadcast will start at the same time, which is 8:30 Eastern time. And we will see you then. Until then, good night.